welcome to today's info session. I really wanted to do this because um, digital products is something that I'm learning about now, and truthfully, it just excites me. So I wanted to jump on here and share with you all why I'm so excited about this because I think it's such an opportunity for us as just women at this age in our lives. And I just wanted to just chat with you a little bit about what I'm learning and how you can incorporate it into what you are doing as well. So, um, whether you're watching live or whether you watch this on the replay, I would encourage you to grab a pen and a notebook because I'm going to show you why everyone, and I mean everyone, online these days, particularly, women in midlife, are really jumping into this whole digital marketing thing to create additional income streams for themselves. Now, I know you're probably thinking, when I do not want to do this thing. I am not techie at all. I don't have many followers. What am I going to create? So I know like the mental gymnastics that's going on inside your head because I have been there. I have done that. And so I really understand what you're going through and all the questions that you have. But when I got started several years ago, I had those same thoughts too. I was scared. I didn't know what it meant. I was just like, what is going on here? So, you know, I just I can identify with how you're feeling. And I feel like if you are tuning in to this live or if you're watching it on replay, you're really interested in learning more about what digital products can do for you. So, if you have been online, you've probably seen someone in your circle, particularly if you have a business. If you're going on Instagram just to like watch funny cat videos, you probably have not seen this, but that would make you like one of two people in the world that haven't seen people who are hawking these online businesses that they have, and they're talking a lot about how they're crushing it online and how they're making thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars selling digital products. Well, I think some of it is true, and I think some of it, not so much. I think when people are like sharing their income goals and their totals and stuff, they are trying to attempt to get you to get super excited so that you can in turn buy that product that they're trying to get you excited about. But oftentimes, the people who are buying someone else's course, as an example, and then reselling it, I just don't think that they have a really great understanding based on what I've seen. I don't think that they have a really great understanding of what digital marketing really is and how they can be successful. So, hey, Carrie, how are you? Good to see you. So I wanted to start out by just explaining what digital marketing is because I think people use that term loosely or maybe they use it wrong, right? Digital marketing is really just an umbrella term that describes how a company markets online. Again, it's just an umbrella term. So, selling digital products like ebooks, as an example, are typically part of a larger digital marketing strategy that organizations use to reach the right people with the right message in the right place at the right time, right? Did y'all get that? Reach the right people with the right message in the right place at the right time. That is the purpose of a digital product, which is a component of a larger digital marketing strategy. Okay? So, if you want to be, hey Bridget, how are you? Love you. Good to see you. Um, so if you want to be successful at selling digital products, if you want to be successful at digital marketing, you really have to understand the basics, I think, before you can actually do that. I mean, some people just have dumb luck and they really do a great job knocking it out of the box, but then there are people that need a little bit more education about how to do this. So that's why I decided to do that this evening and just kind of share with you like my experiences and some of the things that I know about digital marketing and selling digital products. So, what I don't want you to walk away with is thinking that digital products and digital marketing is a scam. It is not. It is not a scam. It is a legitimate way to make money online. People are doing it. I have done it, and frankly, it is one of my favorite ways of making extra money. And here's why. So, the first reason is you typically create a digital product one time, and then you can make money from that same digital product over and over and over again, right? And so, the second reason is the money that you make, the profit from that is generally higher. So, let's say that you are selling an ebook online and you're selling that ebook for $100. I'm just pulling that out of the air. I have no idea how much ebooks sell for. But let's say you sell an ebook for $100 and you're processing payments through like a PayPal or a Stripe. I have Stripe, and you're going to get the bulk of that money even after the merchant fees. Most of the merchant fees are usually around 3%. So you're only paying 3% of that $100. So you're getting the bulk of that money, right? So one of the third reasons that I really like it is that you don't have to chase people for your money. You know, once people go online and put their information in line and they get their digital product delivered to them, your money goes whoop right into your account. Yep, just like that. I don't know if it makes that sound, but in my mind, it makes that sound and it goes whoop right into your account. So if you're using like a payment vendor, you know, it's right there. It's automatic and you don't have to worry about it. All you do is go check your account in the morning and you say, wow, I sold some more digital products. And that is fantastic. So the fourth reason that I really like digital products is typically the people that are buying your digital products are doing so and they're also giving you something in return. Not only are they paying you with their money, they're also paying you with their attention. So if I'm a person, I'm speaking from my own experience here as a person who is a consumer of digital products. I love them. I purchase them, I make them. But as a purchaser of them, I'm paying you not only with my attention because you have gotten my attention with your digital product, but I'm also paying you with my funds as well. So if I'm paying you with my attention, that means that I am in some way interested in what you have to say. Your message has landed with me. What you're saying is resonating with me. So when I go in there and I put my information into the little, you know, online thing, you type your name and your email address in, then I am giving you permission to continue selling to me. Isn't that fun? So not only did I buy your initial product, but I am giving you permission to continue selling. So that gives you a ready-made warm audience for when you start to build more of these digital products and sell more of them to the next person. So isn't that fun? So, hey Carla, hey Danielle, hey Sandra. I'm just trying to say hi to everybody that comes in that I see. So, again, if you guys have questions, just drop them in the comments section. I'm trying to watch here. I've got my phone in front of my face. So, if you have any questions or anything, I'll try to kind of toggle back and forth while I'm talking about this to answer any questions that you might have. So now that I've kind of given you a little bit of information about why I like digital products so much, I'm going to tell you what exactly is a digital product. You know, I'm not making any assumptions that people know because if you're anything like me, I didn't know. I didn't know what a digital product was. I Like, what? When I first started this whole thing, I had no idea what people were talking about. So I feel like I should be able to explain that to you so that you walk away from this live having all the information that you can possibly have. So I think when most people sort of think about digital products, they have like a general idea of what they think it is. And to me, based on what I've seen, I think they're thinking about things like I mentioned, like ebooks or online courses or things like that. And I'm here to tell you that they're not wrong about that, but it's so much more than that. And it can be so much more than that. I mean, in the world of, digital products and being online, it really is infinite. So you can think of things like templates and workbooks and worksheets and calendars and digital planners and even virtual events. Yeah, yeah, virtual events. So when you hear me talking about the fact that I started my business with one digital product, that digital product that I'm talking about is the Second Act Summit. For those of you that have been around for all 4 years, you will remember that the Second Act Summit was hosted as an all virtual event in 2021. It was all virtual. It was all online. It was done all online. There was no in person anything. And guess what happened? I added 500 names to my business mailing list because those are the people that signed up to come. So when I say that this world of digital marketing is infinite, at that point in my events, I guess, lifespan, I could not have found a venue to fit 500 people. But online, I could fit 500 people just fine. So it was a really great way to kind of hack my online business, as it were. It was a really great method to get my business started. So you always want to be adding to your mailing list. Now, why do you always want to be adding to your mailing list? I can get into that another day because I think that's like a separate conversation that deserves a separate kind of event, a separate kind of workshop. But let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in learning more about why you should always be adding to your mailing list. But really quickly, I want to tell you that you want to add to your mailing list because these are your warm leads. As a matter of fact, those who have bought from you are your hot leads. They've expressed an interest in you. They've expressed an interest in what you have to say. You've earned their attention. So when you go to sell them your next digital product, they're much more likely to buy from you because they've already done it before. And so that really contributes to your ability to start to get monthly recurring revenue, which is always the goal of a digital product, is helping you create that monthly recurring revenue. And what do I mean by monthly recurring revenue? Just what I said. It means that you're getting money on a monthly basis from this thing that you created one time. One time. So, anyway, your job is to keep delivering value so that they can keep coming back. And again, that's a different story. You can't just like give people trash and expect them to come back over and over again. So you really got to, give them value. And again, that in and of itself is another story for another day. But personally, I think digital products are the number one hack for starting an online business. I really do. The barrier for starting an online business this way is really low because it gives everybody an even playing field, right? I'm just a middle-aged woman who was dissatisfied with her job at the time, her 9 to 5, and I really was looking for something different to do. And so, what could I do that was different, that meant something to me, that helped me make money? And this was it. Like I said, the barrier for entry was really low because it gives everyday people just like me and you an opportunity to get paid at a higher profit margin using what's in our noggins, what we know, to solve other people's problems or their desires. So, how do we get into this? How do we get in on this, right? Hey, Kiva, how are you? Good to see you. So, how do we get into this, right? And I will tell you that it starts with finding your ikigai. So I know you're like, what the heck did she just say? Ikigai? Who has ever heard of that? If you have ever heard of ikigai, it's spelled Ikigai. If you've ever heard of that, drop it in the comments and let me know. And while you're doing that, I will tell you, Kiva says, what now? Say what now? Yeah, an Ikigai is a Japanese concept that basically means your reason for being, right? The Aiki in Japanese means life, and Gai describes the value or the worth. So your Ikigai is your life's purpose, and it's made up of four parts. So basically, it's made up of what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs, right? Again, what you love, what you're good at, what you can get paid for, and what the world needs. So let's say that Kiva's online. So Kiva is the fun foodie mama. So I'm going to use, um, you know, I'm going to use her as a stepping off point. So let's say that you are a vegan chef or you're a vegan catering company. So next month is Thanksgiving, right? So for your product, for your digital product, you could put together a mini guide, right? You could put together a mini guide about how to make an entire vegan Thanksgiving meal that's super tasty. So it's not just going to be a recipe book, but this one comes with great photos. And guess what? You can even put in affiliate links for some of the products that you recommend that your potential customer uses while they're making the meal. So not only can you make money selling the initial product, but you can also make money selling things inside of the digital product. So you can use affiliate links. So you can do this with your ingredients, with your pots and pans that you need the people to buy. And at the end, now here's where it gets really interesting. At the end, you can even put a link. It's called an upsell. UPSELL. You can do an upsell and you can offer a done for you service. So again, if you're a vegan chef, you're a caterer, oh, I can do that for you, sis. You think you don't have enough time to do that? I have told you all the things that can make you a tasty vegan Thanksgiving meal, and I know you're sold on it now. I know you want it. You can taste it. It in your mind is delicious, but you don't have time to do it. Okay, well, I can do it for a premium cost, and I will sell this service to you. It's a done for you service. So I'm telling y'all, digital products are the gift that keep on giving. So think about that. You can get paid at every step of the way, and you can kind of compound and build on top of it. You just have to be creative and, again, offer people value. So basically, anything that you've ever learned, anything that you've ever fixed, any process that you've ever improved, anything that you've been able to achieve, make sure that these achievements, people usually pay for anything that gets them there easier or gets themselves there quicker. So remember that, quicker, easier. People love that. And any value that you've ever been able to add, these are all things that you can use to create a digital product, create a successful digital product. So, what's the first step? And again, I'm going to check here to see if anybody has any questions for me. So, okay. So, we will keep on moving. All right. So, what is the first step for you to create a digital product? So, you're going to break down the components of your Ikigai, which is going to help you uncover your thing. So for me, I define the thing as your talents, your hobbies, your interests, your natural abilities, and your gifts. These are your things, right? Next, you're going to craft some stories based on each of these components. Not just any stories, these are stories about you. Think of these stories as moments that have defined you along your journey, whatever that journey may be. So, as an example, using me as the example, one story about me that I tell often is that I went back to school at the age of 49 because during the pandemic, I watched literally millions of women in midlife lose their jobs. During the pandemic, people were going out of business, companies were closing. So, all of these safe and secure 9 to 5 jobs, we found out that they really weren't as safe and secure as we thought they were. And so, at that point in my career, everything that I knew was like 30 years old. So, I started thinking to myself, how in the heck am I going to compete with millions, literally millions of other women who are out there in the job market if I were to be put in that situation? And so I had to think through how I would up my game. And for me, that meant going back to school. For someone else, it may mean something completely different. You don't have to go back to school. But for me, that's what it meant. And I call that my aha moment, right? It was a defining moment for me because it showed me just how vulnerable I was for relying on just one source for my income. And that, I think, was like the biggest thing that like got me on this journey to start thinking through, like, what kind of life do I want to live in the future? How do I want to live in the future? And when I started looking at that and just how vulnerable I was like, man, I don't want to feel like that anymore. So that's kind of how I started my journey. For you, it can be something completely different. So I say all that to say that stories are a super important part of your digital product journey and the creation of your digital product, because this is really how you're going to call your audience to you. And what do I mean by calling your audience to you? I mean exactly that. When you put your story out there and people connect with your story, people hear their own struggle inside your story, it's like a call to them, like, oh man, she understands me. She How did she know what was in my head? It's a call to your audience and they will come to you. So it's super important for you to really hone in on like 2 or 3 really impactful stories, stories that define you and define you in the journey that you're in. And so I would encourage you to think through those things. They will definitely um, be the thing that helps your audience identify with you. Um, People think that, what makes an audience attracted to you is what makes them stand out, right? How can I be different? How can I do things that are different? And I have a little bit of a different take on that. I have a different take on most things because I think differently. But to me, I don't think it's about standing out. To me, I think it's more about blending in. In other words, selling online, especially selling online successfully, comes down to connecting with people and really calling them to you and helping them see themselves inside the journey that you're currently in. So, tonight, I want you to do a little bit of homework in preparation for tomorrow. So, I want you all to promise me that you're going to work on your Ikigai tonight as well as your story. You're going to do those 4 things in your Ikigai, and I'm gonna drop a link after we get off the live. I have an article that's super interesting that explains the Ikigai and all of the things that goes along with it. So I want you to do your homework, and I want you to look at your Ikigai once you're done with it and create 2 or 3 really short stories, 2 or 3 really impactful things that people will remember about you, that people that you can use to call potential customers to your digital product. Okay, so I'll make sure that I drop that in the chat once we get off this call. But tomorrow we're going to come back and then we're going to talk about who you're calling to. So we're going to talk about who in the world needs what you love to do and what you're good at and is willing to pay for it, right? So those are the four components of the Ikigai. And basically, we're going to talk about your audience or your niche. And this is what it's made up of. Who in the world needs what you love to do and what you're good at. And the key is they're willing to pay to get it, right? So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to help you uncover yours. So when I was in grad school a few years ago, I absolutely loved this kind of stuff. In fact, one of my favorite classes was called Digital Communication Systems, and it was all about, the digital marketing landscape and business trends in the 21st century, how online publications make money, um, digital products, customer journeys. I mean, I could geek out on this stuff all night. I just love it because I think it's so much fun and it's like a challenge almost to make money online. And if you can come up with something that's going to solve a problem for someone or, meet their desire, it's an easy way for you to make money. And believe it or not, there are people that would love to learn from you. There are people out here that would love to buy from you. I don't ever want you to think that, oh, I don't have anything to offer. Of course you do. Of course you do. You have experienced things, you have learned things, you have skills. So there is somebody out here. As an example, I um, met a lady a few weeks ago, and she's got a business where she teaches women who have been divorced how to fix things around the house. You know how you've all heard of this honey-do list. Well, the honey-do list is usually something that is given to a husband to do little things around the house, to fix up knickknacks around the house, to, get the caulking gun out or put up some pictures and, do things around the house. Well, what if you don't have a husband, honey? Who's going to do your honey-do list? You are, honey. So that is her business. She is talking and calling to women who are single or newly divorced and are afraid to do all of these things that they've always relied on their husband or significant other to do. And when I tell you that Sister Lady Girl is knocking it out of the park, Sister Lady Girl is knocking it out of the park. So don't ever tell me that you don't know what you can do or that you don't have anything that anybody wants, because I'm going to challenge you on that every time. Every time. So don't get mad. Don't get mad at me. So think about what knowledge you have, what skills you have, what interests you have, and then put your unique spin on it. And let's create your first digital product. I'm so excited about this opportunity that digital products can offer you. It's a great way, like I said, it's a super great hack for those people that are starting online businesses. But even if you have a business already, even if you are a person who has a business, it doesn't have to be online. But even if you're a person who has a business, this is a great way to expand it. As an example, there's somebody who was watching earlier. I don't know if she's still on, but she's an accountant and she has an accounting business. And so what a great way to, call in new clients by creating a digital product that speaks to women in their 50s who don't have enough money to retire. If she's a financial coach, wouldn't that be something, especially if you're a woman who does that? Wouldn't that be something that would be so interesting to you? Like, how do I retire and be comfortable? So if there's somebody that's put together a digital product that helps you get to that answer, you best believe you're going to put your email address and your name and grab that digital product that's going to help you get to the thing that you don't currently know how to get to. So, like I said, it's a great way to not only launch a business, but it's a great way to expand a current business. So, my conference turned into courses, and it also turned into group coaching programs. So there are all kinds of things that happened after I launched the Second Act Summit. It became an ecosystem of sorts. Oh, Carrie, you're still there. Great idea. That's free for you, girl. Go ahead, take it. But so you can see how things compound on each other. You know, who's to say that you can't create a digital course? Who's to say that you can't create a group coaching program? You can. You can. If you decide to get serious about it, I believe in my heart of hearts that you can change your financial situation. There's no reason why you would not be able to change your financial situation. So, again, y'all have homework for tomorrow, okay? I want you to do it. And then I want you to come and hang out with me tomorrow too, because we're going to be talking about audience and attracting audience, which is always fun. It's always challenging to bring people into your world. So we're going to be talking about, creating a digital product, and then how do you get people to want your digital product. And it's not going to be in a sleazy way. It's not going to be, in a way that, is not, doesn't have a lot of integrity behind it, because I don't do that. I don't play that. So I'm just going to share with you things that have worked for me. And I'm here, I'm telling you things that I have been through, that I have experienced. And so I want to help you. Okay? So if a digital product is something that you think you want to do in 2025, let's get on it. We got 3 months. Well, less than 3 months now, but 3 months until the beginning of the year. Wouldn't that be a great way to start off 2025? Is launching your first digital product and making money all through 2025? Wouldn't that be awesome? I think it would be awesome. So I think that's it for now. Again, drop. I'm going to stay on here for a couple minutes. So if you have any, hey, Andrea, if you have any questions for me, now is the time to ask them. And again, if you come in and you're watching the replay, make sure you drop some questions in there. You're welcome, Kiva. I'm glad that you thought it was good. I'm glad you found it valuable. We'll be back here same time tomorrow talking about how to create an audience for your digital product. So again, I will drop the link as soon as we jump off this live. So go read it, go complete your Ikigai, and I will see you guys here. Oh, can you drop the homework assignment again in the chat? I will certainly do that. I will certainly do that. So I will drop that plus the link to the story about your Ikigai, so you can really read it and understand what you need to do. So I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, and one last thing. In the Ikigai, one of the things that you will do is one thing that I forgot to tell you, those four things that I talked to you about, they all meet in the middle. And that is your sweet spot. That is where you find your thing, right? So again, when you read the article, it'll become clearer to you. But tomorrow, when you come back, I want you to bring your illustrations. I want you to bring your Ikigai. You're going to do these four circles, and in the middle, you're going to come up with your thing. And the thing in the middle will be kind of like the intersection of what you love, what you can make money at, what people will buy from you. And the fourth one, I just flew out of my brain. But this will be like the intersection, and it'll be that thing that you will use to create your digital product. So tomorrow, make sure you bring your um, your homework. And if you can, maybe you can drop it in the comments and then we can kind of talk through them if you want to. I'm going to do some hot seat coaching tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, I'll be available to do that as well. I'm just making this stuff up as I go, y'all. Let's go. Let's do this, okay? So I will see you all tomorrow. I will drop the homework in the chat as well as the link. And I will see you lovelies tomorrow. Bye. Have a good night, y'all.